Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the Grey. Today's video, we're going to talk Age of Sigmar Warcry, in particular getting started with Warcry for your Stormcast Eternals Sacrosanct Chamber using Stormsire's Cursebreakers. Stormsire's Cursebreakers are one of the many Warhammer Underworlds warbands that have been added to the game in the latest Tome of Champions 2021. If you like any of the warbands from the seasons of Nightvault, Beastgrave, Diachasm, or indeed Shadespire, they all have rules for every single one of those warbands in the latest Tome of Champions, which is just awesome because they add a great deal of amazing models to the game and also just have a bunch of cool and fun rules. They're also a great way for getting started with the armies, and in this video we're going to talk about how we can use Stormsire's Cursebreakers to get you started with your Warcry force, talk about the models inside the box set, what they all do on the table, then talk about some other units we can bring in to create a 1000 renown warband that will get you started, and indeed we'll show you that 1000 renown warband at the end of the video so you can use it to either get some inspiration to create your own warband of your own ideas, or indeed copy ours if that's what you wish to do. Now with that said, we have Stormsire's Cursebreakers, and so we've got a cool ability which is Storm of Eldritch Lightning, where we pick a visible enemy fighter within 9 inch of this fighter being Averron Stormsire himself, and we roll a number of dice equal to the value of this ability. For each 3+, you allocate 3 damage points to that fighter. This is incredibly powerful. He will absolutely shred a fighter with this ability. If you get a nice high value triple, this is just going to remove a piece off the table or do some serious damage to some of the bigger pieces in the game. Now, Averron Stormsire is no slouch himself anyway. He's got toughness 5 and 30 wounds. He's got a wizard's ranged attack, 3 to 7 inch range, 2 attack, strength 4, 3, 6 on the damage, and then he's also got 3 attacks in combat with a range of 2, strength 4 and 2, 4 damage. He's also got the cool ability where he can choose to do his nice little open redemption cache ability where you allocate a number of damage points equal to the value of his ability to all enemy fighters within 3 inch thanks to a quad. So he's got a couple of abilities there that he can use to deal some damage in various different ways. So you've either got the Eldritch Lightning targeting one character specifically, or you can do the redemption cache and unleash it upon a bunch of foes. Now we've also got 2 Evocator fighters next to him, Amos Dawnguard and Rastus the Charmed. Both of them have a toughness of 5 and 22 wounds apiece, and both have 4 attacks. However, we have a strength of 5 and 2/5 for the damage on Amos and Dawnguard. Amos is the one, and then we've also got Rastus the Charmed, who is going to have strength 6 but only 2/4 on the damage. Amos Dawnguard is the female of the evocators located to the left of the screen. They do look pretty similar, so maybe some way to differentiate them is important. The bases do that somehow. But a really strong core. This is over 500 renown straight off the bat, which is just great. This is half your warband done, more than half your warband done. A really strong start to a warband force. And so where do we go for other fighters? Well, I really enjoy the Lord Exorcist in the Force. He as well can use the quad ability of opening the redemption cache to do some really good AoE damage to opponents. This is why I like having both him and Averron in the same party. It allows you to pin the AoE in different areas if you ever get that quad. With sort of using a quad ability, you want to get the most out of it, so you want to have it in multiple places at once so you can really sort of ping where you're going to use it. So having the 2 models is great. He's also only 5 more points than something like a Knight Incantor or indeed a redemption cache wielding Sequitur Prime, so he's definitely a really solid option in that place. He's got a ranged attack of 3/7, 2 attacks, strength 4, 3/6 on his damage, and he's also got 3 attacks in combat and strength 4 with 2/4 as well. Toughness 5, 32 wounds makes him a really solid character. Sequiturs are another great option. Now, as mentioned, you've got the option to take a prime with a redemption cache, but you've also got some other options in there as well for different combat profiles. The blade there will generally generate 4 on your strength and 2/4 on the damage, while you get strength 5 on the mace with 2/4 damage, but only 3 attacks to the 4 of the sword. So it really depends on what you want to do. You've got Grand Hammer options as well for your force, which are really nice. The Storm Smart Great Mace will have strength 5 on 3/5 on the damage, so it can be some really good damaging pieces for your force. There's just a lot of options you can do with your Sequitors. Castigators are another fantastic option to take. They give you some decent ranged firepower and a little bit extra range than what you're normally used to with all the magical stuff you can do with your wizards. You've got a 3 to 15 inch range at 3 attacks, strength 5, 2, 4 on the damage is really nice from the Castigators. Toughness 5, 20 wounds as well is pretty common across most of your baseline troops. Looking at the last piece, if you do pick up that box of Castigators, you'll see the really cool Gryph-hound in there. Gryph-hounds are a great piece to add to your force. The darting attack ability is just so useful, where this fighter can make a bonus attack action and then make a bonus disengage action for a triple. Just gives you the ability to attack one last time with your Gryph-hound and then retreat away, so your opponent has to come trying to chase you all around the battlefield. And so, looking at our little sample army list, we've gone for 2 leaders in this force, taking Averron Stormsire and the Lord Exorcist. Remembering what I said, because you've got that quad ability, that is so powerful, you want to, when you get that quad, be able to use it. So having these 2 places to be able to use it from the Lord Exorcist or Averron are really, really useful. Now let's not also forget that both of them are Stormcast Eternal Fighters, so they're really survivable and they hit a decent amount of damage out of them as well, so they're not useless without that quad ability. They definitely have other things going for them. They've got the ability to project some short-ranged damage at not in combat. They're just nice and useful. Amos and Rastus are really solid as well. 22 wounds, toughness 5, and some really good combat potential. Does give you the ability to really go in hard. This is a damage dealing force. Everything about here is all damage all the time. Amos and Rastus will be able to go in and really go to town. A Gryph-hound is a nice little distraction piece to have on the board available to you. It's generally that little bit faster than most of your Stormcast Eternals, so he'll be able to zip around the battlefield. Coming in at 995 renown, there's not a lot of wiggle room unless you want to start changing models out, and there are definitely some options you could do. With Averron and the Lord Exorcist, you do have 2 really powerful pieces in there already, so you do have the option of maybe dropping down Rastus and a Gryph-hound and taking some cheaper options, or Amos and a Gryph-hound and taking some cheaper options, and maybe including a Castigator or 2 for some range support of your 2 really strong, powerful heroes in the force. 126 wounds though in the force that we've written here is really good. That's a pretty average sort of number of wounds in a force. So you're going to have a good time. You've got enough sort of weight of damage. You do lack a couple of fighters, so you might have sometimes where you're outnumbered and having to fight 2-on-1. This is where it just pays to play your Stormcast Eternals, make sure you keep them nice and tight and in formation and able to support each other all at the same time. Well, that's the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And while you're at it, drop us a comment down below and let us know what you enjoyed about the video. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our fine little community here at Cinderful Gaming, you can do so by joining our Discord server, which is linked down in the video's description. Lastly, if you'd like to help support the channel and get your name up on the screen like all these fantastic people do, you can do so by supporting us either on Patreon or YouTube members. As a special thanks to all our Patreon and YouTube members, we'd love to give them a shout out. So a shout out to our Patreons: Christian Weir, James Soren, Greenskins Gaming, AJC, Kenny Lowell, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising Ape, Cure Dynamic, Agu, Anthony B, Anton Nilsson, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, and Dynet226. And a shout out to our YouTube members: Green Roots Gaming, Kenton Young, Chris Wallace, Ronya, Vinny, Lock Lorick, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Revenar, Wolfric Nick, Broken Shelf, Adriana Edwards, and Sean Scott. A special thanks as well to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork for our channel, and to Xmorphic, who does all the amazing background work for our channel's Discord server as well. Thank you all for watching. Once again, everyone, stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.